Hello everyone and welcome to this guitar tutorial for the song Ugotme by Omar Apollo. So first of all, I would just like to thank this person right here for suggesting this song. Thank you very much for that. And please do not forget to subscribe and ring the notification bell down below so that you guys will be able to stay updated for my future videos. So a little bit of disclaimer first, I'll be teaching my way or interpretation of this song, which means that I'll be teaching this to you guys as if you're just going to play this all by yourself in your acoustic guitar. Aside from that, I'll also be teaching this as simple as possible so that more of you guys will be able to follow. I'll also be providing you guys timestamps for each sections, and I'll only skim parts on some sections that I've already discussed to be more efficient in this video. So without any further ado, let's just go and jump right into it. Okay, so before I teach you guys the chord progression that we're going to use in this song, I'd just like to discuss with you the chords that we're going to use throughout this whole song, which is going to be these ones right here. And the first chord that I'm going to show you guys is going to be the D sharp minor 7, which is going to be like this. And to do this chord, basically you're just going to use your whole index finger to bar the entire 6th fret, starting from the A string up to the high E string. And as for the rest of the chord shape, you're going to press the 7th fret on the B string and the 8th fret on the D string. So it's going to be 6, 8, 6, 7, and 6. Now the next chord that I want to show you is going to be the E minor 7 chord, which is exactly this chord shape right here, but the only difference is you're just going to move it 1 fret higher. So it's going to be 7, 9, 7, 8, and then 7. Now the next chord that I want to show you is going to be the A7 chord, which is going to be like this. And to do this chord, you're just going to press the 5th fret on the lower E string. The A string is not going to be included in this case. The 5th fret on the D string, the 6th fret on the G string, as well as the 5th fret on the B string. And as for the high E string, this is going to be a dead note or not included as well. Now the next chord that I want to show you guys is going to be the F major 7 chord like this. And to do this chord, you're going to press the 8th fret on the A string, the 10th fret on the D string, the 9th fret on the G string, and the 10th fret on the B string. And as for the lower E and the high E strings, these are not going to be included in this chord shape. Now the next chord that I want to show you is going to be the D minor 7 chord, which is like this. Now this is just exactly the same as the D sharp minor 7 chord. The only difference this time now is you're going to move it down a fret. So for this chord shape, it's going to be 5, 7, 5, 6, 5. And the lower E string is not going to be included. Now the next chord that I want to show you is going to be the G9 chord, which is going to be like this. And for the G9 chord, it's going to be 10, 9, 10, and then 10. Now the next chord is going to be the A sharp 9 chord, which is going to be like this. Now once again, this has the exact same chord shape as this one right here, which is the G9 chord. As for the A sharp 9 chord, it's going to be the 13th fret on the A string, the 12th fret on the D string, the 13th fret on the G string, and the 13th fret on the B string. And as for the low and high E strings, these are going to be not included as well. So once again, it's going to be 13, 12, 13, then 13. Then the chord that I'm going to show you is going to be the G7 chord right here. Now this chord is going to be exactly the same as the A7 chord right here. The only difference is that we're going to be doing this entire chord shape right here on the 3rd and the 4th fret. So once again, it's going to be 3 on the lower E string. The A string is not included, the 3rd fret on the D string, the 4th fret on the G string, and the 3rd fret on the B string. So it's going to be 3, not included, 3, 4, and then 3. And as for the high E string, this is not going to be included as well. And lastly, the chord that I want to show you guys is going to be the C major 7 chord, which is going to be like this. Now to do this chord, you're just going to press the 3rd fret on the A string, the 5th fret on the D string, the 4th fret on the G string, as well as the 5th fret on the B string. And as for the high and low E strings, these are not going to be included in this chord shape. So yeah, once you've got that all sorted out, we're now moving on to the chord progressions of this song now. Okay, so for the intro section of this song, the chord progression that we're going to use is going to be this one right here. And before I teach you guys this, once again, I'll be showing you guys a little bit of demonstration first, so that you guys will be able to hear how it would sound like once you start to play it properly. So here it goes. Okay, so to play this song, we're only going to use single down strums for each count that we're going to play for the chords. So first up is going to be the D sharp minor 7. So with one single down strum. So for the first chord, which is going to be the D sharp minor 7, we're going to do one simple down strum. Then as you do that single down strum, you're going to be sliding it up into E minor 7 simultaneously, which is going to sound like this. So once again, it's going to be like this. D sharp minor 7, slide to E minor 7. Then after that, you're going to strum G7 chord. Then after that, you're going to do that whole chord progression one more time. So it's going to be like this. Then next up is going to be the F major 7th chord with only one single down strum. Then E minor 7. Then G7 chord once more. Now this part is going to be a little bit faster, so it's going to be F major 7 first, then E minor 7, then F major 7, then E minor 7, then D minor 7, then E minor 7, and then D minor 7 once more for 4 counts in total. 3, 4, and then G9 for 4 counts. So all in all, that part of the chord progression is going to sound like this. So once again, all in all, it's going to sound like this. D sharp minor 7, one single down strum, and slide it up to E minor 7. G7, one more. Then F major 7, E minor 7, G7. Once again, that fast part. F major 7, E minor 7, 3, 4, then G9. 3, 4. Now you're going to do that entire chord progression for one more time, starting from the D sharp minor 7 slide up to the last G9 chord. You're going to do that whole thing one more time. So it's going to be like this. And once you've got that all sorted out, we're now moving on to the first verse of this song now. Okay, and as for the first verse of this song, the chord progression that we're going to use is going to be this one right here. And before I teach you guys this, once again, I'll be showing you a little bit of demonstration first, so that you guys will be able to hear how it would sound like once you start to play it properly. So here it goes. 'Cause baby, there's something you know, but clearly you say I'm not good for you. I think that I'm really in love. You said you don't smoke, you do. There's something I want for you. One time I had love for you. Okay, so first of all, the strumming pattern that we're going to use is going to be this one right here. So basically it's going to be 4 down strums, but I want you to put more emphasis on the last down strum or the 4th down strum whenever you play this strumming pattern. So it's going to be like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's going to be just like that. And that whole strumming pattern is going to be worth for 2 whole counts for each chord that you're going to play whenever you use that strumming pattern. So with that said, the first chord that we're going to play is going to be the C major 7 chord for 8 counts, which is going to be like this. Now we're going to use that strumming pattern that I've taught you guys for 4 times, as the strumming pattern is worth for 2 counts. So it's going to be like this. That's 8 counts. The next up is going to be D minor 7 for 4 counts. Now that's 4 counts. Then G7 chord for 4 counts once more, which means that we're going to do that entire strumming pattern twice. So it's going to be like this. So once again, we're going to do that entire chord progression, starting from C major 7 up to G7 chord once more. So it's going to be like this. D minor 7, G7. And once you've got that all figured out, we're now moving on to the chorus sections of this song now. Okay, and as for the chorus 1 and 2 sections of this song, the chord progression that we're going to use is going to be this one right here. And once again, before I teach you guys this, I'll be showing you a little bit of demonstration first, so that you guys will be able to hear how it would sound like once you start to play it properly. So here it goes. 'Cause honestly, you got me done from everyone. Okay, so with this one, I decided to come up with a plucking tab that you guys can follow, which is going to be right here, to make it more easier for you guys to follow this. So the first chord that we're going to play is going to be the E minor 7 chord, which is going to be like this, for 3 counts. Now by following the plucking tab here, it's going to be the 7th fret on the A string, 9 on the D string, 7 on the G string, 8 on the B string. Then back up, it's going to be the 7th fret on the G string, 9 on the D string, then once more, A, D, G, B, then back to G. Now the next up is going to be the D sharp minor 7 chord for 1 count. Now to do this, you're just going to move it down a fret. It's going to be like this. And just pluck all the strings all together, namely the A, D, G, and the B strings all together. Then after that, we're moving on to the D minor 7 chord for 4 counts. So it's going to be the A, D, G, B string, then the G, D, and the A string. Then once more. Now all in all, up to this part from the E minor 7 to D minor 7, it's going to sound like this. Now the next chord is going to be the G9 for 2 counts, which is going to be like this. Now the plucking pattern for this is going to be the A, D, G, and the B string one by one, then back to G, then back to the D string, then once more, but this time for the A sharp 9 chord now, for 2 counts. And the plucking pattern is going to be the A string, then the D string, G, B, and then G, and then D. Now all in all, starting from the E minor 7 chord up to the A sharp 9 chord, it's going to sound like this. D sharp minor 7, D minor 7, then the G9 chord, then the A sharp 9 chord for 2 counts. And once you've got that all sorted out, we're now moving on to the second verse of this song now. Okay, and as for the second verse, the chord progression that we're going to do is going to be this one right here. Now this is just exactly the same as the first verse of this song. The only difference is that instead of twice, we're going to be doing the whole chord progression, starting from the C major 7 chord up to the G7 chord for 3 times now instead of 2. so I'm not going to be doing any demonstration for this one, just a quick little recap. So once again, the strumming pattern that we're going to do is 4 down strums, but put a bit more emphasis on the 4th one. So it's going to be like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is going to be worth for 2 whole counts for each chord that you're going to play in this chord progression. So the first chord is going to be the C major 7 chord, and we're going to be doing this chord for 8 counts, which means that we're going to be doing the whole strumming pattern for 4 times. So it's going to be like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. Then D minor 7 chord for 4 counts. 1, 2. Then G7 chord for 4 counts. 1, 2. Now do that whole chord progression for 2 more times. So once again, G7. One last one. Then after the second verse, we're now moving on to the second and the last chorus for this song now. So yeah, this is the end of the guitar tutorial. Thank you guys for reaching this far into the video. Please leave a like if you've enjoyed it so that I'll know. And please once again do not forget to subscribe and ring the notification bell down below so that you guys will be able to stay updated for my future videos. If you guys would like to watch another guitar tutorial of mine, please click here. And if you guys would like to watch another guitar cover of mine, please click here. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.